Afternoon. I request you all to please stand for a moment for the Tamil Thai Bauta. Thank you so much. Please take a seat. Anniversaries are a time to look back at the good times and a time to look ahead of wonderful tomorrows. We take this an opportunity to recollect the year gone by and positive reflections for the year ahead. I invite Dr. T.R. Rahuram, our Associate Director of Medical Services, to invite our honorable guest and to propose a welcome speech followed with the lighting of the lamp.
Good afternoon, everyone. It gives me immense pleasure and honor to invite our special guest, Mr. Pradeep, DGP of Police, Dr. Anand, who is a liver transplant surgeon, artists from cine industry, Mr. Nakul, Mrs. Punima, and dignitaries and the doctors, present and past doctors, the nurses, and all other staff of Westminster Healthcare. So I welcome you all for this event. Today we are celebrating 4 events actually. So the first one is the 2nd anniversary of Westminster Healthcare. And the second one is the inauguration of Integrated Liver Care Unit by Dr. Anand. And we also are celebrating the World Nurses Day, which happens to be on the 12th of May. So we are just preponed just for our convenience. And also the signing of the MOU between Spencer Travels and Westminster Healthcare. As Cassie said, anniversaries, they are a very good opportunity to thank the organization and those people who have steered the organization to the stage where we are at now. So it is also a chance to recollect the past events and to rejoice. So in that way, I express my gratitude to the organizing team who have organized such a fantastic event at a very short notice, because this was not planned in this way until last week. So this was very sudden, and initially it was only one program, and then we added further, and then it became a big event now. So thank you, organizing team, everyone in the organizing team. And 2 years ago today, the Westminster Healthcare was opened or inaugurated by the chairperson, Mrs. Prema Subhashkar, and also the celebrities, from Chennai. Westminster belongs to, like a group of companies. They are into several businesses, as you know, and healthcare is one of them. They do have a couple of diagnostic centers in the UK, and they're all state-of-the-art diagnostic centers. So with that in mind, they opened a new healthcare facility, and this is the first one in India. So when I say first one, obviously there are plans to bring in more within India. So Leica Health, the chairperson of this Westminster Healthcare is Mrs. Prema Subhashkaran, and she is an entrepreneur, and she has a passion towards helping people from developing countries. And she is also trustee of Jnanam Foundations, which again tries to help the underprivileged from developing countries. So at Westminster, we are now functioning as a daycare unit, which means patients come here, get the diagnostics done, and if there is a surgery needed, they get operated and they are discharged the same day or the next day. So we have state-of-the-art equipments, all the radiology equipments and everything else. We have 3 ultra-modern operating theaters and 2 endoscopy suites. So we have done more than 100 cases so far as a daycare procedure without any complications. So the last 2 years has been a bit difficult, or challenging, I would say. But we have been through ups and downs, highs and lows, successes and failures, and celebrations and crises or whatever. But one thing which we didn't do is to give up when we were at low. So as they say, slow and steady wins the race. We have been growing steadily. So we may not be one of the fastest, most fastest growing organizations or healthcare, but we are definitely, we are proud to say that we are one of the steadiest growing organization. And we hope to, grow even higher. So the vision of Westminster Healthcare is to provide healthcare facility, high quality healthcare to patients at an affordable price in a luxurious environment. I don't need to justify the word luxurious when you see the front, first floor reception. So sometimes, we find difficulty in convincing the patients that it is not a star hotel, it's a hospital. So it is luxurious. And we do exactly the same at Westminster. So we have, as I said, ultra modern equipments. We have highly qualified and excellent doctors delivering very high quality, which are patient centered. And that was the aim and vision of Westminster Healthcare. So looking into the future, at the moment, as I said, we are functioning as a daycare unit, but we have plans. Our main focus now is to make it a full-fledged hospital with inpatient facility and ICU, so that we can start doing even major cases. The plans for that one is already ready, and the execution is underway. So once we accomplish that one, I'm sure we can aim to achieve even more milestones and break our own records maybe, and we may set a benchmark for other hospitals to follow. So with that note, I think I'm going to finish my speech and let the celebrations start. And once again, I thank you everyone who have taken the effort and spared their time to be part of this celebration. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Doctor. We will let you go that way, Dr. Abraham. Yes, we would like you to felicitate our guests who are here.
Yeah.
I request you to felicitate Dr. Pratik B. Philip.
Yeah.
Ms. Purnima Bakiraj. Shanti, please. Dr. Anand Thakur. Dr. Anand Thakur.
Paper is there.
Dr. Anand Ramamurthy. And I request Mr. Neelkant to please facilitate Mr. Nakul, NNM. I call upon Dr. Pratik B. Philip to start with the lighting of the lamp. Mr. Nakul, Dr. Anand Ramamurthy, Dr. Anand Thakur, Mr. Neelkant, Mr. Neelkant,
So this is what you're talking about. Yeah, I just predicted. Yeah. Finally.
Dr. Rajaram, thank you so much, sir. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. Dr. B. Pratik Philip, Deputy Inspector General of Police, 1987 vintage has distinguished himself as a versatile human and an innovator. In recognition of his work, Dr. Pradeep V. Philip was awarded the inaugural British Gurukul Scholarship for Excellence and Leadership for a multidisciplinary study of management at the London School of Economics. He established the first higher education in India between Tamil Nadu Police Training and the British Police Training, UK. Dr. Pradeep has served as a District Superintendent of Police for 4 districts, SP Narcotics Intelligence Bureau of Tamil Nadu, Principal Training Police College, and as a DIG, CBID Investigation Team, Chennai. I request our honorable guest, Dr. Pradeep V. Philip, on the dais to share his wishes on the inauguration of the Integrated Liver Care Clinic and also the 2nd anniversary of Westminster.
Dr. T.R. Raghuraman, the Medical Director, distinguished members of the medical fraternity, the large number of celebrities, artists from the science field who have come here, and all the other distinguished invitees, and of course the Aam Aadmi, who is most important today. Health, is our real wealth. And that is why what they have written here is so important. Know your doctor. You may not know your own daughter, but you should know your doctor. Because the doctor holds the key to your life, to your longevity, as well as to your happiness. And that is why whenever doctors invite me to a function like this, I don't have to think twice. I always say yes. When a doctor or a police officer invites you, please accept. Never think more than once, because you never know when you need them. And the most important organ in our body is the liver, and that's why we have the oldest and most famous pun, life depends on the liver. And therefore, it has, of course, the philosophical meaning that our perspective defines our perceptions of reality. And even in the terms of health, it's not just health of the body, but it is holistic health that the world is now underlining. Health of the spirit, mind and body, holistic health. A person might look completely healthy, all his organs may be functioning well, but there might be a single wire or a fuse missing in the vital part known as the brain. And that could cause complete imbalances in life. And similarly, in terms of attitudes, if spiritually a person is not tuned to life, he could cause a lot of havoc for himself and others. And that's what we see in suicide killing happening around the world. And I myself, having been a victim of one of the first suicide killings in the history of the world, the assassination of Rajiv Gandhi, I find that that is a complete antithesis of humanity. It is what even the most, degraded creature would not do. That aside, I'm glad that such a wonderful facility has developed in the city. Chennai is truly the Mecca of medicine in India, and we find pilgrims of health coming from all over the world to Chennai, because one of the things I'm proud about as an Indian is that our healthcare systems are certainly among the best in the world. Having had some interaction with medical personnel in different parts of the world, my own brother being a doctor in Melbourne and his whole family consisting of doctors, and apart from that my association with various other hospitals, convinces me that India is far ahead of most of the countries even the advanced countries in terms of access to health for all. Whatever be your budget, a patient, whether poor or lower middle class or upper middle class or even rich or a celebrity, you would find the facility, the medical facility that will suit you. You will find medical personnel, and you can pick and choose whom you should approach. And you could go for multiple opinions, and at your own convenience. It's like ATM, anytime medicine in India. If I need a medicine for a common cold, I don't even have to approach a doctor. I could get it over the counter. While this is virtually impossible in Western countries, where you need to have a prescription in order to get medicine for these most common of ailments, which appears to be quite a ridiculous thing. But India has a very sensible mix. And Westminster, being a new entrant into the health environment, I think you are a welcome entrant, because you are taking the paradigm of healthcare to a new level, where you're combining ABC of healthcare. A standing for ambience. The ambience of healthcare should be such that when a person walks into this facility, he should not think that I have come here where I am not welcome, where I will be looked upon as a sick person. But he should have a certain spirit in him that makes him feel that he's more than at home. And that kind of ambience you have created in this facility here. I congratulate you on that. And the second B stands for bills. Sometimes when people want treatment, they prefer to suffer the ailment than to pay the bills. So the bills should always be such that the person who is suffering that ailment will think that it's worthwhile paying the bill. Once a certain person was given a bill of several crores, and he looked at the bill and he said, my life is not worth this much. And he took the decision not to pay the bill. So bills should be affordable. And C is care, in terms of care of doctors as well as paramedical personnel. It should not be lacking in commitment. What we need is commitment. You need the commitment of the very first nurse, Florence Nightingale, who, despite the dangers of war, volunteered in those years to go and serve on the Crimean War front, and spent her whole night looking for people whom she could treat, dress their wounds with the then available nursing knowledge that she had. But few nurses around the world have excelled that pioneer of nursing. And that sense of commitment should be there in every professional, medical professional, that the person you are caring for is not just a patient, but he is someone who needs to be cared for almost like a family member. So I think that Westminster Healthcare and this new integrated liver care clinic would certainly be a step forward in the many milestones that have been achieved by Indian medicine in the world today. I wish you all the best, and I congratulate you for having come of age of 2 years. And I wish you all the best for the future. Thank you.
Indeed, one of the most memorable moments of this event is going to be the inauguration of our integrated liver clinic. I would like to call upon Dr. Anand Ramamurthy, the Director of the Integrated Liver Clinic, who has done more than 1,025 plus liver transplant cases. Please do talk to us.
Good afternoon, everyone. I have a lot of people to welcome to begin with, and all the dignitaries, eminent personnel on the here, the administration of Westminster Healthcare, including the director, my support team. Transplant is all about teamwork, And, even if Virat Kohli were to play alone on the field and do his batting, bowling, fielding, wicket keeping, he could not win his team a match. It has to be always teamwork. So I have an excellent team I'm blessed with, who are here today and who have helped us reach that milestone. So I welcome that team. The doctors and supporting staff at Westminster Healthcare, and we look forward to this interaction with you and touching new heights together. To all our patients who have come here today, and thanks for having put your faith in us and for giving us the opportunity to be of help. Many of them are not just patients. After this long relationship, we have become more than that. Some of them are very good friends, and I thank them all for coming, taking their time off and coming here today. Actually, the dream, it was a small dream when we started off in 2008 March, when we did our first successful transplant. Dr. Anand Thakkar and myself, we did not think that it would go here, but we did dare to dream, and it has taken us this far, and we have a long journey to look forward to. And when it was a feedback from our patients, basically there are a lot of people who, if it's an emergency, you do have to go to a hospital because of the facilities that are available there, the equipment for handling them. But as Dr. Philip pointed out, it does not necessarily, for a patient who is in an elective situation, it does not necessarily make sense to go into that. It can often be daunting, the crowds there, the shuttling from place to place to get investigations done. These things can often be formidable. So with that intent in mind, this spark started off saying that now we need something that offers them the comfort and a personalized ambience to get their treatment done in. And that's when we met with Westminster and felt like, after seeing you, the feeling that this is it. It just clicked. So I'm very proud to be starting this new association with Westminster today, me and my team, and we look forward to taking it to new heights together. As Dr. Raghuram pointed out, they are also looking to branch forwards from just being a clinical setup and daycare to a bigger role, and we look forward to partner them in this journey. Also, as a doctor, having done so much, you realize that it's not just about treatment, it's not just about plumbing or fixing a problem. Healthcare is a whole new dimension. It starts from wellness to prevention, and then treatment, and then finally transplantation, which is what I do. So I become involved in the much later stage of the treatment. What I want to do is be able to create awareness so that people can recognize disease at a very early stage, probably at the stage of, say, when they have a fatty liver, and be able to understand what is good for them and what is not, so that they can go on to live a healthy life. And if they do have a problem, recognize the source of that problem early and manage it so that you prevent it from progression to full-blown disease. And thereafter, if they have disease, we have the necessary tools to treat it. So this is the holistic dimension of liver health care that I'm looking to bring into society, and it involves integration of a number of people, and most of them we have here, and the ones that are still to be added, we will integrate them into our facility in times to come. That is what led to this thought process and the name of integrated liver care, which is not just about fixing a problem or replacing a disease with another condition that is like almost comparable to a disease. So many of our patients, and just for the layperson, people who are non-medical persons here, unless they told you they have undergone a liver transplant, many people will not be able to make out. They are so integrated into their social and family life and commitments that are there. And so they form the crux, one of the main reasons pushing behind this concept as well. And I thank you all for your time and look forward to a fruitful association in the future. Thank you very much.
I request Dr. Anand Ramamurthy, Dr. Anand Kakar, Ms. Shanti, Dr. Raghuram, Dr. Patil and Mr. Nakul to have the inauguration of the Integrated Liver Clinic at Westminster Healthcare.
Yes, please. Yes. Congratulations. Go for it. Go for it.
This goes to new beginnings and new success stories at Westminster Healthcare. We all will definitely had a juju character in our college gang. Most girls would definitely wanted a passionate lover as the Kadalin Virundhain lover boy. We still grew to the beats of Nakamuka, right? Yes, you guessed it right. We would like to introduce Mr. Nakul on dais. Please go ahead and talk a few words for the inauguration of our liver clinic as well as the second anniversary of Westminster Healthcare.
Thank you. Good afternoon to all. I thought I'd escape this speech part. Really happy to be here among such distinguished guests and such inspiring speeches. As you know, I'm an actor, but my paternal grandfather was an MBBS doctor, which I'm very proud of, and my mom as an ex-nurse. So I have some kind of a connection with medicine, and though I'm not a doctor, but I'm very fascinated about you guys, the way things are handled. And before I came here, I mean in the lounge room down below, when I was speaking with the VIPs, they were it was so inspiring to hear them talk, though some things went over my head, but so nice to hear so many things. And this is the first time I'm coming to a hospital where as soon as you enter, usually when you go to, my mom is let me inform you, my mom is a dialysis patient, and so I visit the hospital quite a bit. And when I entered this place, it didn't look like a hospital. It makes you feel comfortable, it's cozy, and the ambience itself makes you feel that you're not sick, you're here not just treatment, you're going to be taken good care of. That's the feeling I got, the vibe that I got when I entered this place. And after such lovely speeches, I'm sure people who come here are going to be in great hands. And I'd just like to wish the entire team of Westminster all the very best second year. Keep going, and I hope in the future you all will open many more branches like this and give excellent treatment to the patients out there. I think they deserve things like this. And like the bills part, like Phillips sir said, yeah, that should not be a shocker. But yes, do help the patients out there and keep up the great work. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much, Mr. Nakul. Ready to inaugurate the celebration of our cultural at Westminster 2nd anniversary. I request Mr. Nakul, Ms. Shantini, Mr. Nirupan, Mr. V. Kathy, Ms. Purnima, please come on dais, please. Dr. Anand. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Nursing is a sign of protection, promotion, and optimizing of health and abilities, prevention of illness and injury, alleviation of suffering through the diagnosis and treatment of human responses. The advocacy in healthcare for individuals, families, communities, and populations. But our Westminster nursing team, whom I have a privilege of calling sisters, are filled with care, intelligence, and love. This warmth, I assure, you will never find in another hospital. I would like to call upon Ms. Purnima to please facilitate our nursing team, followed with the pledge.
Good evening to one and all, respected DGP and all the eminent doctors, the guests, and most important the nurses and all the staff of this Westminster Hospital. Let me start by saying wish you all a very happy 2nd anniversary and a great many more years ahead. I live quite close by, so whenever I used to pass by, I used to wonder, is this a new insurance company? Because I only saw the healthcare. And then I wondered, it doesn't look like an insurance company. Maybe it's a hospital with some sort of care. I mean, maybe it's a hotel with some sort of care, because it looked really posh. Today's the first time I came in. Actually, a friend of mine had come here earlier and got her test done. So she said, why don't you come and see? I said, oh, that's not a hospital, I think it's a hotel. So she said, no, you please come and have a look, and they have some wonderful facilities. So thank you for giving me this opportunity of visiting this place today. It's been really wonderful. And like Nakul and Dr. Pradeep said, it looks like a hotel, a 5-star hotel. But you can confidently come into this hotel because you're going to be taken very good care of. And I was watching all the videos that were going by. Everything looks so beautiful and posh. I wouldn't mind falling sick and coming here and lying down. Okay, jokes apart, I would really like to wish all the nurses, because I think the nursing day is coming close by. In my family, there's no doctor. I mean, not my immediate family. The only connection we had is my mother-in-law was a midwife with the British doctors way back in the 60s and 70s, I think. She was a midwife in a hospital in E Road, and that's where my husband was born. So that's the only connection. So why I was mentioning her is, I realized, according to what my husband always told me, she used to be so passionate about her patients, Not that she would take personal care, she would think it is her family, it's her daughter who's giving birth to a child for each and every patient. So that's what nursing is all about. It's not just about taking care, They are the backbone of any hospital, however good. Of course you need good infrastructure and you need the best doctors to take care. But ultimately and towards the end, it's always the nurses who actually take care of you. So I really wish them all the best, and I'm hoping that you have a wonderful set of nurses over here who will take great care of all the patients who come in and give them the best treatment with a lot of love and affection, and not just doing it as their duty, but doing it with a very personal touch. I wish the Westminster Hospital a great future and hope they do expand into many more hospitals. But anyway, I think I will come here because this is the closest to my house. Thank you all. Good day.
Thank you so much, ma'am. That was good news. We would also like to act like as if you're not well and give you the best of services here. And please stay on dais. We would like to facilitate our nursing team. Isaac, please join along with ma'am. So, Juliana. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I request the nursing team to please stand for the pledge.
I solemnly pledge myself before God
I solemnly pledge myself before God
and in the presence of this assembly
and in the presence of this assembly
to pass my life in purity
to pass my life in purity
and to practice my profession faithfully.
and to practice my profession faithfully.
I will abstain from
I will abstain from
whatever is deleterious and mischievous
whatever is deleterious and mischievous
and will not take
and will not take
or unknowingly administer
or unknowingly administer
any harmful drug.
any harmful drug.
I will do all in my power
I will do all in my power
to maintain and elevate
the
standard of my profession
standard of my profession
and will hold in confidence
and will hold in confidence
all personal matters
all personal matters
committed to my keeping and all family affairs coming to my knowledge in the practice of my calling. With loyalty will I endeavor to aid the physician in his work and devote myself to the welfare of those committed to my care. Thank you.
An organization sustains with great souls who are loyal and true to their work and responsibilities. These are the people who have stood with us through our ups and downs, and I would like to call Ms. Purnima Bhagyaraj on stage, please. These are staffs who have completed 2 years in Westminster Healthcare. Mr. Nirudan, Mr. Neelkant, please. I would request the staff who have been calling to come in order. Ms. Shantini, who have joined us on April 2016 till date and many more years together with Westminster. Department of Finance and CFO of Westminster Healthcare. Mr. Prakash D'Souza, who makes the lobbies fine only with his smile, who has joined us since July 2016 to date and many more years together. Mr. Ramesh, MRD. We know him as MRD from the day he joined till now. His second name is MRD, joined us from November 2016 till date and many more years to go. Sister Juliana, soft as her name, from the time she's joined, nursing superintendent, joined us November 2016 till date and many more years to go. The Radiology Department, second name for it is Mr. Jagan, joined us on May 27 till date and many more years to go. The slightest mistake with the system, over the mic, we think of calling the IT. Apart from the IT, there's another name, Mr. Subhash. He was joined us from May 2017 to date and many more years to go. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you, sir. I request you all to sit back, relax. We have lots of talents in Westminster, so we are going to exhibit a few. Request you to give us some time to just clear off the stage before we start our culturals.
செட் பண்ணியிருக்காங்க இது
all of me.
There is a cultural program which we have with our staff. I request everybody who has left to please get back to your seats. to come on the dais. There is a solo song going to be performed by Mr. Sadiq Basha, our lab technician.
This is the mute button, you can just take this out. After this I'll be going for the dance.
Okay, so that time I won't turn this on.
Thanks for giving the opportunity.
Thank you so much, Sadiq. Good afternoon, sir. Doctor, please. உங்களுக்கும் அதுதான். We have a dance coming up from the girls of Westminster. The theme name is Fabulous Pipe. Thank you, girls. That was an awesome dance. Okay, this goes out to the boys of Westminster with super awesome talent, coming out with a brand new concept of miming. Boys, please enter. Subhash, you can start.
உறையும் பணியோ உருத்திடலை தனக்கே கொண்டார். இதற்கெல்லாம் கணக்கு பார்த்து ஈடு செய்ய யாராலாகும்? மழலையிலே பேசும்போதும் மமதையிலே பேசும்போதும் குழந்தையென நம்மை எண்ணிக் குழைந்திடுமே அவளின் உள்ளம். விழைவதெல்லாம் நமக்காய் விட்டுக் கொடுத்திடுவாள் வேறொன்று என்னால். முழு நிலவாய் வாழ்வில் என்றும் முகிழ்ந்திடுமோர் தெய்வம் தாயே. பெண் குழந்தை இறைவனின் வரமோ இன்னொரு உயிரோ, கையில் உறையும் நிலவோ உன்னரச் சிலையோ, 9 திங்கள் உதிரம் தாங்கிய இன்பத் திரளோ என் தேவதையோ, சின்ன கண்களில் சிரிக்கும் இதழில் என்னை கரைக்கும் ஏகமும் இவளோ, வாழ்வின் பொருளோ ஆழ்மனத் தொழியோ, பூவின் மனமோ பாவின் இசையோ, அன்பின் நிலமோ துன்பின் மருந்தோ, தாயின் சேயோ சேயின் தாயோ, இத்தனை வினாக்கள் எழுப்பிய விடையின் புத்தகமோ நீ புகழின் மகளே.
She is a flower, not a thorn. Don't kill her before she is born. What harm did she do to you? She has the right to live too. But the trials that she faces, the dreams that she chases, she strays from her pace, desperate for space. She is 16, yet a child, not a bride. Don't send her away, she is afraid. Little that you know that this is her time to embrace. You know she tends to hide what's inside, but that doesn't mean she's a puppet. She is like the flowers that gives off its scent when it's crushed and devoured. Why do you ever like to have a son and not a daughter, when she can fill your life with joy and laughter and do all those things which your son can do? Indeed, she is an angel of the unforgotten grace. As you depend on caste and race, still she finds the strength and powers to rise above the cowards. Finding herself running from calamity, insanity to sanity, she is a girl who is a fighter, a mother, a friend, and most of all, a human. All she wants is awareness to unfleur. Why don't you join hands to save her? Come on, save a girl child, only because she is a human too. This goes out to the DAP crew.
So, I'd like to introduce my crew members. The first, Mr. Ganesh from Finance is our heroine. Next, Magesh from Finance. Vinod, Mason from Radiology. Mr. Krishna from Facility. Arjun from Front Office. Muthu from Facility. Surendra from Facility. And Anand from IT. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, the DAP crew. It was really wonderful to have you here on stage. We would like to finish off with a very good news. It's called the signing off of the Spencer Travels and handing over of the agreement. I call upon on stage Ms. Geeta, Ms. Shantini, Mr. Senu Sam, and Mr. Niruthan, please. The exchange of agreements of Spencer Travels to Westminster Healthcare. I request Ms. Shantini to please stay on stage for the vote of thanks.
delightful evening to everybody. On behalf of our chairperson, Prema Subhashkaran, and Westminster employees and board of directors, I wish to thank all of you for your graceful presence here. And we wish to thank our special guest of honor, Dr. Pradeep Phillips, IPS, Director General of Police and Civil Supplies, an eminent person who has kindly accepted our invitation and attended our occasion. Thank you so much, sir. Even he is not here. Thank you so much, sir, for being with us on a short notice today and for your valuable words. We extend our sincere thanks to all the film artists who have come here. And for the liver clinic team, I want to congratulate the integrated liver clinic team, Dr. Anand, for their new venture. I wish all the very best. And we extremely thankful for all our dignitaries, special invitees, friends, and well-wishers who have visited us and who have made their presence here and for their blessings. And thank you all for other staff members and everybody who made this occasion very successful. Once again, thank you all of you for your presence here and your valuable time. Thank you so much.
Thank you one and all for your time and for all your wishes as well. Without you all, Westminster wouldn't proceed. I request you all to please join us in the high tea which is prepared, and on very special things we have prepared for you. Also after that, we request you all to go to the 4th floor for the ribbon cutting. And the people who would like to go for a facility tour, please do let us know. We would like to take you around for a facility tour as well. Thank you so much. And Mr. Naveen, how can we be without calling you on stage? So that was just a dupe ending. Please come on stage, sir. Mr. Naveen would be giving us a song.
No, I was asking if somebody would take me for a facility tour. Feels nice to be back. Hey, Christmas.